What this rat did to its owner will astonish you. In the best case, people feel indifferent toward rats. In the worst, they find them utterly repulsive. Few can imagine that these creatures might actually be beneficial. If you share this belief, today's story will surprise you. What an ordinary little rat did for its owner is nothing short of incredible, yet it's entirely true. Joan, an elderly woman from a rural Japanese province, spent her days in solitude, feeling the weight of loneliness. Each evening at twilight, she took a walk to pass the time and find some small comfort. However, she disliked one aspect of her routine: frequent encounters with wild animals. She did her best to steer clear of them whenever possible. But one day, everything changed dramatically. During one of her usual walks, about an hour into her journey, Joan suddenly spotted a massive snake directly in her path. Fear gripped her instantly. However, the snake barely moved. It seemed to be watching something intently, poised to strike. Following its gaze, Joan noticed a small rat near a tree, standing just a short distance away. Without hesitation, Joan began stomping her feet and shouting, trying to scare the snake away. When she finally threw her hat at it, the snake hesitated before slithering off into the distance. Turning her attention to the little rat, she saw it still frozen in shock. Gently, she picked up the tiny creature and placed it inside her hat. With her unexpected companion in tow, she headed home. There were no injuries on the rat aside from the shock. It was perfectly fine. The woman then decided to treat her guest with sugary water. The rat gradually recovered and began to explore everything around. The grandmother cut up some vegetables, put them in a bowl, and placed it in front of the little rat. It ate all the treats with great pleasure. Joan even felt her spirits lift. She no longer felt depressed due to loneliness, as there was now a creature in her home that she could care for. Despite the fact that the grandmother always tried to avoid animals, a strong bond was established between her and the little creature, and they became inseparable friends. Joan took her new friend on her daily walks. She simply sat him on her shoulder and set off. The locals did not understand and criticized her, and a daughter-in-law who lived in another city even told the woman that she would no longer send her little daughter to visit her. Joan fell into despair, as her granddaughter was all she had left of her son. But the woman could not part with her little friend and decided to hide the rat, assuring everyone that she had gotten rid of it. Soon, her granddaughter came to visit for the summer holidays. Joan decided to introduce the girl to the little rat. The child, as the grandmother had expected, really liked the little creature. The girl also began to consider the little animal her best friend. One night, Joan woke up because she felt the rat biting her toes for some reason. The woman shooed the little creature away with annoyance, but it did not stop. It ran up to her face and bit her nose. Suddenly, Joan smelled a strange odor. Soon, she realized the source of the strange odor. It was gas. A leak had occurred. Panic set in as Joan rushed to the living room, where her granddaughter lay asleep. She tried desperately to wake the girl, but nothing worked. The child was already unconscious. Without wasting a moment, Joan ran outside, calling for help. Her neighbors quickly came to her aid, helping carry the girl out of the house and calling a doctor. Fortunately, tragedy was avoided. Joan gently took her beloved pet from the pocket of her nightgown and kissed it, filled with gratitude. If not for this tiny creature sensing danger, the outcome could have been devastating. Naturally, she shared the story with her neighbors, proudly revealing the true hero of the situation. Some of them, who had once criticized her deep attachment to her little pet, began to see it in a new light. Upon hearing the full story, the daughter-in-law also felt the need to apologize. In the end, the smallest hero of this tale turned out to be the greatest savior. An animal often met with disgust had demonstrated true courage, proving that it could be both intelligent and loyal. So, before judging any creature based on popular opinion, remember, even the most unremarkable and seemingly insignificant being might one day surprise you. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.